welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be summer proofing my van because we're about to get a heat wave in a couple days and it's definitely going to get into the triple digits, so I need to make it a little bit more bearable in there for me. And most of all, I need to install some vent fans for my 12-volt fridge because since I don't have any way for the hot air to vent out, all that hot air is getting stuck in my little fridge area, so that's using a lot of power. So we're going to fix that today and hopefully get to a couple other little tasks. So I got to summer proof this van as much as possible today because I have another market coming up and I'm gonna have to be like stealth camped in town for like 3 days probably because I have some other things to do in town around that same time. So I won't be able to be here on the property like with all my doors open, letting all the air flow through. So it's gonna be a little brutal for me during this heat wave. So I'm really trying to get this done today. I started off by making these curtains. Go check out that video. These curtains are like really thick, insulated with this like shiny felted fabric, so these actually do keep out the heat like really well. They're not super light proof, you'll see all of the details in the video, but this is a good addition because I could also just like prop it up to partially drawn so that way I can still have my little vent open. If I need some extra airflow, I can adjust how high these open and whatnot, so that way if I need to be a little bit more stealthy, I can at least have a little bit of the air coming through depending on how high I want the curtains to be. So that was step one. The other thing I did was I went to the thrift store and got this like curtain thing. I think it's super cute. It's this like really small like mesh net material kind of. So this is perfect for keeping all the little bugs out when I just want to have my doors open like that, because I get some really great airflow when my back doors are open. And I also love this kind of material because the previous van owners had put the like scratchy part of the Velcro was still on, you know, the whole perimeter of this back door, and this type of material just so happens to stick just like Velcro onto that part. So I didn't have to add any more Velcro or anything. It just like sticks, which is freaking awesome. So it was very minimal effort. And these bug screens are also something that came with the van from the previous owners. They really hooked it up with a bunch of other stuff. But these are really cool because they just like magnetize onto the body of the car and they keep out the bugs super well. And so now I can have my windows all the way down and there's no way the bugs can get in. So that's super helpful when I need to get some more airflow. And for those of you that are wondering, the brand is, this one's inside out, but these magnets also go both ways, so it doesn't really matter which way is out. But these are the Skeeter Beater brand. I really like these. I'd recommend them for sure. So onto the fans, I got these 12-volt computer fans. I think it was like 2 for $15 or something on Amazon. So hopefully it's not too difficult to install these, and hopefully I have some little wire left over from the build. I'm pretty sure I saved some wire, so I should be able to install these today. And I got 2 fans because on my fridge there's one side vent is like pulling air in and another side vent is pushing the hot air out. So I'm gonna have a fan pulling the air in to go into that inlet air vent, and then another fan to be pushing the hot air out of the hot air vent. But before we get to these, I'm gonna show you the other little improvements that I've made. Speaking of fans, first, I've been wanting one of these like long window fans for a long time because I don't have a roof fan because those are hecka expensive, and I also don't feel like going and installing one right now since everything is built up here. I don't want to have to like tear this down. So gonna try to go as long as I can without getting one of those. But so far this thing is doing great. I've been using it for the last like 3 nights and it pulls in so much cool air because this pop out window right here, it's a big pop-out window, so I have it like tucked up right up against that window, and I kind of like cover the rest of the area with these curtains so that way it can only pull air from the pop-out window. So at night it starts to get nice and fresh in here with that thing. And then from there, I used to only have this little fan here and it did me well for a while, but now it's not enough since I'm in California. But I mounted it up here because when this pulls the air into here, then this fan will suck up that fresh air and shoot it directly at me, and I can like adjust the angles and whatnot, and there's like 3 speeds that I can put down there. So as you can see, it's pointing right at me when I'm sleeping, so by the time the air hits me, when I'm laying down for bed, the air is like super cooled off. I love this setup so far, and I think this is gonna do it justice for the rest of the summer. And this fan barely uses any power for like how strong it is. I do have to plug it into my extension cable that goes to my inverter, so I kind of always have my inverter on. I see a lot of people that have electric setups in their campers, they like use their inverter sparingly. I don't know exactly why they do that, but I always thought it was because it would waste energy if they just had it on all the time. But I have my appliances running pretty much 24/7, and the only thing that really drains my battery is my fridge. And that's why we're gonna try to mitigate that a little bit today. Also, look at Nita. She loves the new fan setup too. Okay, so enough procrastinating. I gotta get these little fans installed. It's gonna be a pain in the butt because I'm gonna have to like pull everything out from the back so I can access like my bus bar and stuff to plug in the wires. And also it's gonna be a pain in the butt because I have to like install the fans onto this wall right here, and I can't like undo that wall, so I'm gonna have to like get into the fridge space. I'm gonna have to pull the fridge out, get into the fridge space, and somehow cut a hole into the sidewall without going too far and hitting my batteries. And also I don't have like a saw or anything, so I'm gonna have to use like different drill bits to try to like drill enough holes to like punch out the square or something. I don't know how that's gonna work, but then I'm gonna have to mount it and like run the cords all the way to the back, so it's gonna be kind of annoying. A difficult job, and I wish that I had just done it when I was building this fridge space the first time. This just like slides out. That is where I need the fans to go. I need one like right there and then one like right here, because as you can see, that is the air intake vent and that is the hot air out vent, the outtake vent, whatever that's called. So yeah, all that hot air has been getting caught all up in this area, which is like really heating up my fridge, so it's causing it to like work overtime and use a bunch more power than it really needs to, so it drains my batteries super quick. The area is prepped, ready for me to get in there. I have my drill and a really large drill bit, and I'm gonna go find some more that will hopefully make my life a little bit easier. And now I have my fridge here plugged in to an extension cord. To start off, I'm gonna measure how far each vent is from the front. That way I can measure how far I need to map out the holes that I'm gonna cut from the front. First one hits at about 4 inches in, and the second one hits at about 15 inches in, and then they're about 6 inches from the floor. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in here and mark out everything. So it was 4 inches from the front and 6 inches from the floor for that first vent. And then the second one was 15 inches from the front and also 6 inches from the floor. Now that I know where the vents are, I'm gonna trace out the fans. Alright, so now that I got them mapped out, I'm gonna try to cut the holes out so that way these can fit inside the hole. And then the way I'm gonna mount them is I'm just gonna like drill some small holes in each corner and throw some zip ties through each of the holes in the corners. So I don't want them to be sticking out an inch, because then I don't know if my fridge will actually be able to get in and out. So I'm gonna try to be able to mount these like in the wood. You know, I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and dismantle this wall somehow, install these things, do everything I need to do, and then put it back in and re-screw in all of those screws. Because I don't think there's gonna be a way to avoid that battery down there. As you can see, that one is practically flush with the wall, so I would probably 100% hit that battery. So I'm gonna pull the wall off. And yes, my mattress currently is just a gel topper on top of some cardboard. Don't judge me. So now I should be able to just like go inside and pop out that wall. Yep, it looks like it's gonna come out. So I'm gonna go in there and do that. Yay! Oh, that's awesome. That wasn't even that hard. So if I ever did need to do some battery work, I could either just pull them out or I could just pull out this wall. Because now look how easy access my batteries are. That's so sick. I love that. Now that I have this pulled out, I can easily drill into this and cut those holes out. And it looks like I do still have quite a bit of wire, so I'm sure I could piece these together somehow and make it long enough to go from there to the bus bar. So to cut these holes out, I think I'm gonna start with one of these, and then I'll use the rasp to shave down anything else that didn't get cut out. This isn't gonna be pretty, but I think it's gonna work. Okay, not bad. I think I can knock this out and then shave down those bits, this little in-between bits or something. I think this is gonna work. Well, that was easy. Heck yeah. Making pretty quick work of those. That was pretty quick. I think I could just do that a billion more times. Come on. Oh. Okay, I think we can do it, but it's not ready to be put in yet because I still need to figure out which direction these things blow. So I'm gonna snip these ends off and then put each end in the bus bar, and then that'll give it power so I can see which way it goes. I'm just gonna snip off this connector because this is what connects to a computer. Strip this. There we go. And we're out. So now, oh my god, my freaking wires are such a mess. Holy crap. Okay, so I'm gonna open up my bus bar. However that works. God, I know. I need. Ooh, this is a nightmare. I need to do something with all these exposed wires. I need to like seal this off or something, but not today. Okay, so we got the red and the black. So, dang, I need to get more fuses too, because the smallest ones I have are 20 amps. I'm just gonna put this into a random one. Okay, nothing's plugged into that one. So now I'm gonna put this one on the positive side and the other one on the negative side of just one of them. Yay! Can you see that? It's blowing air. I don't know if you can tell. Okay, so you weren't really able to see that when I did that, but the air was going that way. So now I know which direction these go, and now I can install these, and then we'll do all the wiring after. For this one, that's where the hot air is going to be, so I want this to be faced out towards the batteries, because that'll also in the wintertime keep my batteries nice and warm. So I want sticker side out for the hot air vent, and then sticker side in for the cool air vent to like bring in fresh air. Will it fit through here? Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. right, we got them on. Now, I'm gonna do the wiring. I think this should be long enough to get from that box to the bus bar. It's a black and white wire, probably about 14 gauge. That should be fine. I'm gonna use heat shrink wrap to secure the connections and also to coordinate the color for the hot wire and the ground wire. That way it's not confusing later on. And I have these little twist connectors that were left over from what came with my lights. So I'm gonna use these to connect the black and white wire to these wires, and then I'm gonna heat shrink over that to make it even more secure. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the cap on and twist them together. Make sure it gets on there nice and tight. There we go. And I'm gonna heat shrink this over everything. Got my black wire now. Okay. All right. So I'm feeding the wires through first, and then I'm gonna put the wall back on. My phone died, so I couldn't show you guys me routing the wires, but it goes from the fans up there along this beam and then down to the bus bar. So the moment of truth, I cut off my power supply while I was doing all of this just to be safe. So this is my kill switch, and I'm gonna turn it back on. Yup. Hey, they both work. I'm so excited. That was relatively simple. It did take me a few hours though. But just to test, this is the in and this is the out. Yay! In, out, in, out. Ah! I'm so excited. Yay! My fridge is gonna be so happy. Now I can just put my fridge back in and it's good to go. I don't have like an on-off switch or anything because my fridge is always going to be on, so those always need to be on. And when my fridge isn't on, then that must mean I'm not using my van or something, and I can just do the kill switch and turn everything off. So there's not really a need for an on-off switch for the fans for my fridge. So that's it for this video. I am so glad I got this done. Hopefully my fridge uses a lot less power now, because then now it won't have to work overtime trying to keep itself cool, because now all that hot air won't be trapped in that area. So hopefully this does something. I'm sure it won't hurt. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, please. Leave a comment on what you think. Like this video, and I'll see you next time.